It is shocking, it is disheartening, it is not even favorable at all that over 100,000 jobs are laying off people. We've seen it in the past where over 3,000 Black women were actually laid off. And the question that I keep asking myself is, where is the future that we actually plan for ourselves? If ChatGPT, AI, and every other thing right now are taking over people's job. Guys, this video may interest you to know some of the deep things that is happening in this corporate economy and why, as far as I'm concerned, the American corporate job is typically cooked. Is either you accept it or you forget about it. But the truth remains that the dream of going to a corporate job, washing your clothes, ironing them, taking your laptop, putting it in your laptop bag, and then moving to a job that is meant to make you happy, that is meant to keep you alive, that is meant to provide some of your basic needs have been taken away from you. And if they have not been taken away from you, in some cases, they have been toxic and making the environment so uncomfortable that at the end of the day, you will be forced to resign. We are going to be exploring more in this video. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. If this is the first time you're tuning in, do what? Subscribe, like this video, drop me your comments. And lastly, do not forget to share. Credit belongs to the original creators of every clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And guys, for educational purposes, let's dive right in so that you can hear from people's perspective before you drop me your comments. Let's go there, guys.
It's confirmed. My company just sent out an email that they're laying off a large group of people tomorrow morning. In case you're new here, I was laid off in March this year. It took me 6 months to find a new job. Got a new job 7 weeks ago, and now this new job has announced hundreds of layoffs. What am I supposed to do here? Is this like a last one in, first one out situation? Is it like get rid of all the like highest paid people? Is it like keep the new hires because they were hired under a secret pretense of like knowing that these layoffs would be coming, and so we like definitely want the new people? That's gotta be it, right? I'm not even eligible for my corporate benefits. That's how little time I've been at this new job. I'm not even eligible for PTO. I'm not eligible for medical benefits yet. I still have a week to go. You're telling me that I might get laid off before I even get a chance to sign up for that shit?
Quick in the tech world, like just got off a Zoom call not even 15 seconds ago. My computer restarts. Now it's locked. They're just so impersonable about the way they do this. Like, there was a really good number of colleagues that I worked with on this team that I actually really enjoyed working with. And I would have loved to just send them a message to be like, hey guys, peace, good luck. Donezo. Send the Mac back. Put it in the mail today, bitch. That's what they said. Man, corporate is, in some ways it feels like this weird existential punishment. Like, I don't know what I did in a past life. I know I'm doing great things in this current life. Like, maybe in a past life before I was reincarnated into this one, maybe I did wrong, and it feels like they've chained me to this desk as punishment and retribution. Yeah, I don't know. All I can do is kind of like laugh and cry and laugh. That's like kind of my shtick, you know? Anyway.
Is anyone happy in corporate America, or is this just where hopes and dreams and happiness go to die? And now you want me to train someone? What am I supposed to say? Welcome to hell? That's not very upbeat. Enjoy your paycheck. It might be small, but maybe you can pay some of your bills with it. Or buy yourself some super cute new glasses, because I just spend my money on things that make me happy because I want to jump off the roof of my building. Not actually, I won't do it. But seriously, is anybody happy in corporate America? Like, do people really love their job? Does anyone love their job? Is that real? Is loving your job real? truly everyone needs to calm down because I cannot be getting everything to everyone ASAP, okay? I actually have to do things for longer than one day. Sometimes it takes 2, sometimes 3, 72 hours. Oh no, the world's gonna end. It's not gonna end. I am one. Do you see I have 1 hand, 2 hand. You think I have 4 hand? Am I an octopus? Do I have 8 hand? No. Leave me alone, Susan.
Just laid off 11,000 people citing AI. I think it's just the beginning, unfortunately. And I also don't think it's just because of AI efficiency within Accenture itself, but I actually think it's because the efficiency gains from AI in their clients. So their clients are becoming more efficient. They need Accenture less and less. That is resulting into Accenture doing these layoffs. They do warn that they are expecting additional layoffs due to AI. So I think it's really only the beginning. The whole AI layoffs has just begun.
I really don't think a lot of people in corporate America really understand what's going to happen over the next 12 to 18 months, particularly at really large corporate companies. They're calling it the Great Restructuring, and essentially what they're doing is looking at each position, each role within the company, and looking at what the processes are and seeing where the repetitive work is. And they're figuring out whether or not they can augment or even replace positions with technology, with AI. And so if you're doing a job that has a lot of repetitive tasks, or maybe you're working on a lot of cross-functional teams, and you're working on projects that are taking years and years, companies are actively looking at how they can replace you. They're looking about how they can get the same amount of work or more work done with less people. You see, the most expensive part of any company is the people, and that's why we see these mass layoffs. And so over the next 12 to 18 months, we are going to continue to see large layoffs. So if you're working at a really big company or you know someone who is, you need to pay attention to this. You need to figure out whether or not you're doing a lot of repetitive work. And if you are, you need to know that you are at high risk of getting laid off. It's absolutely crazy.
More evidence that big corporate is definitely a profit over people. In case you needed more evidence that big corporate is definitely a profit over people playbook. Starbucks' latest announcement today shows you that their forced RTO didn't get the results they were looking for. And by results, I mean they didn't get enough people to quit that they had hoped. So now they're resorting to more of a mass layoff and some store closings. And don't be fooled for a minute that this is actually something that's going to help the company, right? Move it forward. This is purely a cost-cutting exercise to get to the profitability. Because if you remember when I posted on this way back when, the C-suite is completely tied to a profitability bonus, right? So they have to take expenses out, and it's not a top line. I'm sure they've got some incentive for top line, but at the end of the day, they need profitability and they need to drive the stock price up. That's all this is. And if you think all the moves today were coincidental, they're not. It's purely about taking the expense out of the business because his grand strategy, CEOs, has not worked. So again, when you think about that playbook, it's the forced RTO. Hopefully you get people to quit. When they don't quit, then you do layoffs. Right now, I think this is their second big one of the year, which tells me that they're going to miss their quarterly profit number again, and the CEO's under intense pressure to deliver. So anyway, if you're a Gen Xer still hanging out in corporate, waiting for things to get better, they're not going to get better. Starbucks is just one.
Wake up, scroll on TikTok, get coffee, checking emails to see we regret to inform you, locking in and applying to more jobs, refreshing LinkedIn, getting ghosted, crash out nap, apply to more jobs, crying, dinner, scroll some more on TikTok, and then sleep.
I'm extremely overstimulated. And you want to know why? Because when DEI was cut, everybody's making this uproar about, hey, it was only YT women who benefited from DEI, so it does not matter. Yes, that is true. But you want to know who actually lost their jobs? Black women. Even though white women were onboarded through DEI programs, taking away DEI, they targeted Black women. Why? Because now Black women are the most educated. Hundreds of thousands of hundreds of thousands of black women have lost their job since the beginning of this year. And I just don't feel like people are making that much of a big deal about it. Then, all of this Obama talk and that interview of him popping up out of nowhere, now all of a sudden Caroline Levitt or whatever her name is a journalist asked the question like, oh, does Donald J. Trump want to arrest Obama? And she's like, oh yeah, well, anybody who does a crime needs to serve their time. But I'm guessing that excludes Donald J. Trump. Like, people keep on like acting delusional, like they are not targeting certain individuals. And although there are ones and twosies of like other people that are affected, it has a larger impact on us. And that's why it blows me and it just freaking puts my head on fire when y'all see these type of things about Obama or Jasmine Crockett and y'all just go to tear them down just like everybody else. Nobody is perfect, but y'all have no unity whatsoever. And I don't know if it's just my algorithm because I just keep on seeing the bad stuff. I need to be on the side of the side where people are actually understanding what's going on and taking it serious and not being fooled. Like, I literally stopped getting on here talking about this stuff because it's just too much going on. But that's exactly what they want. They want us to be overstimulated. They want us to be overwhelmed and mentally drained from everything just coming at us so fast from many different ways, while also covering up these Epstein files, while the people in Gaza are starving and at the last stage of life. And it's so crazy because everybody was so happy when he was like getting cool with Russia, getting cool with Kim Jong-un and North Korea, whatever. But I took an elective in undergrad that told me all about Russian history. And I was in South Korea, so I know a bit about North Korea. That was never a good thing, and I felt it deep in my soul. That man basically had mentors. They taught him the game even more, along with the Heritage Foundation, along with all those other people who in on it. And I really thought that, no, that can't happen. We can't get here. That will never happen. And look at where we are. It has come so far that I hope y'all are ready for whatever. That's what I will say.
Today, about 3 o'clock, I'll find out whether or not I still have a job. In my case, in my job's case, Donald Trump's administration simply may not greenlight the money that's on the table. And who knows? Today might be the last day, at least for a while. So I guess in a way, it will be like a layoff in a way. And my job is just like, they're trying to communicate the best they can to people, but it's obviously difficult. And I already had a personal situation going on with them. And so a personal admin situation specifically. And so this is simply the icing on the cake. Like, this is the icing on the cake. Truly. So at this rate, I don't know. I'm thinking about everything that I need to do with my life in the event that I can no longer rely on my job to sustain me.
Welcome back, guys. You can hear from different people's perspective. You can hear people literally even asking people if there is anyone happy. Gone are those days where people actually go to job and you're happy, you are excited, because at the end of the day, you feel like, oh, you have something that you're doing, especially for those ones that are high career tech women. And I can literally relate to all of this because honestly, I was working before. I was 100% working class lady. I love to work. I love to get my laptop, go to my office and do my thing until I realized that I am no longer happy. I'm no longer impressed with what I'm doing. I'm no longer comfortable because it's looking like every single effort that I'm putting into the work is being pushed down to drain. The only people that really enjoy what I'm doing is the owners of the companies, because at the end of the day, I am making money to fill their pockets. I'm making money for them and they pay me stipends as salary. So when I see people saying they are not happy with their job or asking question, is anyone even happy doing corporate job? Honestly, corporate job is 100% cooked right now. Not only in America, but worldwide. That is why you see a lot of people venturing into creating content, even without looking back, no matter how difficult it is for them. You see a lot of people venturing into creating an entrepreneurship businesses for themselves. You see a lot of people venturing into creating some crafts that they know how to do best just because they want to keep themselves happy. It is better for them to even not start seeing all of those profits, but at the end of the day, they know that yes, they get something running for themselves and for their companies. But anyways, let's take out some research that I actually have here so that you guys can actually see what I also have as research here. I went on a research to ask about the corporate jobs, especially in America, why people are not happy, what is actually the cause, what can I really see that will be like a large disadvantage to someone that is moving from a diaspora country down to America. That's a deep and important question. Many people in American and not just American feel unhappy in their corporate jobs, even if these jobs provide good salaries and stability. Some of the main reasons include lack of purpose and meaning. Many corporate roles are structured around profits and efficiency rather than personal fulfillment. And of which, did I experience it when I was actually working? Yes. So this is absolutely one of the best reasons. The only thing they actually want you to do is to keep bringing profit down to their pockets. The only thing they want you to do is to try your possible best to make out money to fill their pocket. If you are not doing that, obviously you are even not fit. So I remember that even when you are sick, when I'm sick, I have to go to work because if I don't go at the end of the day, they are going to minus that particular day salary from my work. It's as bad as that in some of these African countries. And it's quite sad that these people don't think about anything, but they just think about profit, fill their pockets, and so on and so forth. Workers often find disconnection from the impact of their work, asking, am I really making a difference? It got to that point of my life, I have to sit down and take a pause and ask myself, where do I need to be in the next 5 years if I continue this particular job? Where do I see myself? How do I manage? How do I move? How do I family's responsibility, being a wife, being a mother, and so on and so forth? I have to literally take a pause and tell myself, I think I'm not making any difference here. The only thing I'm doing here is just killing myself gradually, despite the fact that the tipens, guys, let's just move. The second one is workplace stress and burnout. Long hours, tight deadline, and high pressure create chronic stress. Exactly, because I remember when I actually want to still get married, and the only thing they gave me was 21 days for someone that actually wants to get married. Like, I will go do my wedding, come back, and everything just 21 days that I don't even care. That very day I was supposed to resume that I did not resume. It was a whole lot of stress. So when I see all of these tight deadlines and so on and so forth, absolutely reason why a lot of people are not even happy with their jobs. Always on culture, emails, slacks, meetings, blur boundaries between works and personal life, lack of autonomy, which is a third one. Corporate structures are usually hierarchy. Employees may feel micromanaged with little control over decisions. Another one I have here is creativity and individuality can get stiff by read progresses and corporate policies. I have toxic work culture as the fourth one, office politics, favoritism, lack of inclusivity, and poor management of enrolled morals. Workers may feel unvalued or treated as replaced. I really feel unvalued at some point of my life, especially the very moment I won a contract for my company of over 100 million naira, and I was given a T-pence that was not even up to $50. And they feel they've done everything good for me. That was when I told myself, no, I have to move. Anyways, limitation with work balance, committing overtime and pressure to climb a ladder, leave lifetime for family, rest, or hobby. Many feels their jobs demand more than they give back. Exactly. Mismatch of skills and passion. People often take jobs from official stabilities or not passion. Over time, the gap between what they love and what they do. Career may not align with personal strengths, leaving them disengaged. Uncertain and lack of security. Layoff outsourcing and automation makes job feel unstable. Even high performance worried about being cut when the company restructured. Exactly, that is just what is happening. You can see from the first that I actually played, right? She lost her job and now she's going to get another job. She got another job again, and they are talking about layoffs. Money versus happiness. Why corporate jobs can pay well, many alone does not guarantee happiness. Many people realize too late that they traded time, energy, and health for a paycheck. People often feel dodge in the machine. They want purpose, balance, growth, and respect. But corporate environments sometimes emphasize profit and productivity over human fulfillment. Is that lie? They are true. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section. Are you a corporate worker? Let me know how things are going on your own end. Have you seen people that are working before? Have you been experiencing any of these that I've actually said in all of our videos, even to the one I'm saying right now? I want to know. Credit belongs to original creators of every clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. If you haven't subscribe, like, comment, and share. And guys, with no further ado, I do like I say in my videos, I'm going to be simple and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye for now. I love you guys. Mwah.